What's up, everybody? Kelsey here, back with another short video just to share a few last little tips before we get into the bulk of the course content. So I want to share first some success tips with you. Obviously, there's nothing I want more than for you to find all of the success in the world out of the visionary method. And I always say to my clients and to my students and you that when you are successful, I am successful. And I will do anything it takes to make sure that you complete these modules and that you find a lot of growth and wonderful things out of the course. Because really, when you achieve anything out of the visionary method, it's a testimonial for me. So the last thing I want is for you to not complete the course, not get the desired results, because that doesn't look good on the course itself. So I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help. So first thing you're probably wondering is how long should I be putting aside to complete all of the different course materials? Now, I would say at minimum, you should be scheduling into your calendar, into your day planner, however you organize your life. You need 4 to 6 hours per week to make sure that you're getting through the course content, and possibly more too, because there is a lot of action required out of the content. Yes, you can kind of just like read through the modules, go through the workbooks, watch the videos, but you also need to take what you're writing down and take what you're learning and apply it to your business and to your life. And the more you can actually, incorporate that application, the more success you're going to have, because action is the key. So 4 to 6 hours at minimum. If you have more time because you're unemployed or because you've just got a lot of spare time in the evenings or mornings or during your workday, then that's great. If you are someone who's totally busy, your schedule is slammed, I get it. Prioritize a couple hours per day, up to about 4 to 6 hours a week, and you will still have wonderful success and build great momentum in your business. The next tip that I have for you is to take this seriously. If you want to make money, if you want to scale from part-time to full-time income, you can't treat this like a hobby. If you want to, that's fine. But if you have big aspirations, you got to treat it like a business, which means showing up for your scheduled appointments to work on the content. It means doing something small every single day to really have that compound effect. My favorite book in the world to recommend to my students is The Slight Edge. When you do things consistently and daily, you gain that slight edge over people who aren't doing that. And it really just goes to show the compound effect of small daily actions over time. So take this seriously, show up, schedule in those mundane tasks like admin or like reading through the content, and really make sure that it's not being left to chance. Another tip for you is don't expect to be an overnight success. Yes, there are certain things that will happen that really send you on this tipping point and you'll experience wonderful growth and big sales. But in reality, to get to that point, it takes time. So if you're starting this online business thinking that by next week, you'll be able to quit your 6-figure job, you'll be able to drive a Mercedes-Benz, guys, that's not reality for most people. I know there are a lot of people on the internet telling you that it's possible, but I'm here to say that for most of us, it takes time. You have to prove yourself in the market. You have to do that inner work. You have to establish that outer presence, and you will reach that next level the more work you put in. Another tip, stay in your own lane. It's easy to look around, look left, look right, and to see what everybody else is doing and go, oh, well, I should probably be doing that. Oh, everyone else is doing Instagram TVs. I should do that. Everyone else is talking about building an email list. I should do that. Everyone else is writing ebooks. I should do that. No, you do not need to copy other people, because when you copy their frameworks, it usually doesn't work. And then you wonder why. It's because it wasn't your framework, right? So really make sure that you stay in your own lane. You understand what makes you uniquely different, what sets you apart, what your magic is, and that you're not afraid to showcase that. If you love dancing while you teach, then be the person that dances while they teach. we want to squash comparison syndrome, comparisonitis, because it doesn't serve you good to look at what everybody else is doing and be constantly inundated with their lives and not your life, or their business and not your business, okay? So those are just a few tips. One other tip that I have for you is if you're having trouble with accountability, of showing up for your business, of really making the time and dedicating the energy, because really that is what separates people who achieve success versus people who just let their business kind of fade away, is actually showing up for it and dedicating the time. If that is a struggle for you, please reach out. Now, I can't be the one to hold your hand for 4 or 5 hours a day and say, like, do the work here. But I do have some amazing friends, Blake and Elan, who run virtual co-working. Now, if anyone has known me over the last 5 years, you know that co-working has been a huge part of my experience in growing the Visionary Method. Because from the moment that I quit my past full-time job in marketing, I knew that I was the type of person that needed structure, that needed to show up in a space and say, this is my workspace. And previously we lived in Toronto and had a small apartment, so I didn't have an office. So in order to get that separation and that focus and just that space where I could create, I decided to join co-working spaces. And not only did I have a dedicated space to do my work, but I grew my business a lot faster because I showed up and I stayed for, however many hours I had that day. I met incredible people. If I hadn't joined co-working, I actually don't think I would have launched the Visionary Method, because when I started co-working, I was actually doing something different. I was doing consulting for different health food brands. And I actually met, someone way back when, and I recently messaged them. And I said, thank you for giving me, he gave me access to a course all about starting an online business and how to build my own course. And it changed my life. That's where the Visionary Method was born. That's where I got so fascinated with online marketing and how to build a remote business. And that was all by being part of a co-working space. And since then, I've joined probably 6 other ones. I change them up every 6 months or so. But now that I live in a smaller town, and now that, people are working from home more and they're not comfortable going, I'm doing virtual co-working. So this is something that I highly recommend if you're having trouble with that accountability piece. Virtual co-working could be for you. And again, I don't run it, but my friends Blake and Elan, they love our visionary community. They love helping you guys to get through the course materials and actually see success and launch. And they'll be there for you on a day-to-day basis to make sure you know what you're working on. You say, I'm getting through module 1 of the Visionary Method today, or I'm working through the high ticket offer incubator of the Visionary Method today, and they will make sure that you actually do it. So instead of completing this program in 6 months, you complete it maybe in 1 month. Yes, that is possible. And they have some sweet discount codes for you guys too. So just go to kelseyridle.com/coworking, and that is the way that you can actually get access to a special price. So I just wanted to plug that in there in case you are the type of person who's going to get lonely, who's not going to show up, and who just needs that extra little bit of hand holding as you go through the course materials. So I hope those success tips help. If you need anything else, you know where to find us, and we wish you all the best.